Alright, everyone. We're back with Dragon Quest Builders. Hello, and welcome back, everybody. After we started the final chapter last time, today we're going to try to farm materials and get set up to a point where we can get the Banner of Hope back from the Monster's Fortress. That is the point that we're going to make. I'm going to make the castle as good as possible, obviously. But I have a feeling we'll have at least 3 to 4 more streams of Dragon Quest Builders. But I really would love to finish this game. You know, soon-ish. So yeah, let me get back to this. We're back in Tantegel, as you can see. This theming is super strong. Like, we are back in Tantegel Castle. Everything's overgrown, obviously. And everything's destroyed as well. Destroyed and overgrown. And we need to figure out a way to rebuild as much as possible. We need to be strong. That's the main thing right now. We need to build something that will make us powerful enough so that we can storm the castle. You know? And with the whole holy water thing, we can also purify the land. But yeah, we need to gather materials so that we can survive this harsh place. There's literally no one around us. Without the Banner of Hope, nobody will come rescue us. Nobody will come and join us. We can't build a community. Everything's desolate. And we need to make ourselves as strong as possible. I'm not going to rebuild the castle as much. We could theoretically, with stone and stuff, rebuild the castle a little bit. I don't need fur for a colossal coffer. Mason's workstation. I wonder, we just need iron for the furnace. If we can get iron, we can build a furnace. Cook fire, broken branch. Yeah, we need ivy for that as well. Let's go out into the world real quick. We need to gather materials, obviously. Also tons of weeds lying around and everything. Sludge stone, alright. Can we grab some earth here? The monsters hid building materials underneath this. Ooh, we can't open this up because we don't have a strong enough hammer, I think. Maybe. Maybe we can. We just need to approach it from the other side. Alright. Let's just open this sucker up. Okay, we can't. It's really important that we explore as much as possible. What is this camp? Curses a human! Fuck you guys. I can take you down. Come on. I'm only doing 1 damage, but I can do this. Just stone. Alright. But I'm taking the cook fire with me. Absolutely will take the cook fire with me. We could somewhat build the outer castle walls. This is where the monster's fortress lies. These monsters are way too strong for us. Oh, right now. Stop chasing me, please. All right. We have a bunch of stone here as well. The thing is, we need to tear down some castle walls for now as well. So I'm taking these down as best I can. All right, because we want to build rooms. Right? Okay, we can make plain clothes right now, but we still don't have cords. What do we need to make cords? It's usually ivy. Yeah, but we haven't gotten any ivy yet. So that's not great. We have a cook fire. We could make a brick barbecue if we had an iron ingot. Alright. My knee hurts like a motherfucker today. I don't think we can make... Yeah, we can't make anything here. Really. We can't make castle walls or foundation yet. So I have to take whatever I can get from here. Thing is, I need to find iron ore as well. That is going to be my next task, but first off, we need to make it so we have a room where we can cook. You know, like just regular cooking. Okay. So we're going to make 2 workshops here. But I need more castle foundation blocks for that, obviously. Let's put the treasure chest over there. We don't need it right now. We're going to build this, all of this up later again. But yeah. I mean, you don't need to use castle foundation blocks, but it just looks nicer. You know. Alright. Then we need to have torches. And if we can, we need... a chest. Okay, holy water. Tons of broken branches. What do we find in here? Hopefully it's iron. Fuck me. It's not iron. At least we found another hammerhead. Please drop fur. Thank you. I need to hurry back. I don't have anything to eat. I don't have any food right now. So that's a problem. Right. There we go. One room. 2 rooms. I'm going to put the building materials in my treasure chests. Right. Actually, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Because I can just go to my mason's workstation and just make the colossal coffer. There we go. Once I have the colossal coffer, I can store so many things. So there's not even a need for that. So we can just store shit now, which is good. And we should actually store shit in the colossal coffer for now, because we might need them. And I don't want them to be like stuck here, because we have a ton of materials already. Alright. Then we're getting rid of those 2 chests. Okay. This damn book. Let's just store it so we don't have to engage with it all the time. So, mason's workstation, a furnace. We need wood and iron ingots to make this. That is not great. We have enough to make wood, but no iron ingots. Right. All right. Do we have more castle foundation walls? We do. We can open up this spring just to get some castle foundation walls. Alright. We're opening this up. Making one giant room out of this. Yep. Because we don't have iron ingots for the door, I'm opening this room up. Do we have enough to make another mallet, or do I need to get something? We do. It's genuinely crazy that we are supposed to prepare for an assault on something. We are not a warrior. We are a solo person that is just building things, right? Okay, let's place the cookfire here. Treasure chest here. Treasure chest here. We actually don't have a fortitude to make anything because we haven't had mushrooms yet. Okay. Mason's workstation. We'll also get a place here. Interesting. I mean, let's make plain clothes. For now. The thing is, to make anything to eat right now, we need to get to the mushrooms, which I think are over on the west side of this. So let's go sleep for now. And then let's go hunt for some mushrooms. So we can get mushroom on a stick. I think they were on the west. Biggest issue we're facing is that it's tough getting there. Literally getting anywhere is super tough right now. Because we don't have anything to eat. Was it on the west or was it on the east? Can't hurt these wizards yet. Or the chimeras. These monsters here are seriously strong, I have to say. Like in the beginning area, monsters would literally fall apart if I had a stone sword, but they are stronger here. Why? Oh my god. Why is it pushing me outwards? What? Let's use holy water. Thank God, something to eat. I'm going to mow this whole thing down. Thank God we finally have Ivy to... Alright. Tons of materials here. From coal to ivy to wood. Still doesn't give me iron, but... But at least got tons of materials out of this. There's mushrooms. All right. Let's go back. Finally, we have some food. But these monsters are ridiculously strong. We definitely need to check for iron ore next. Like, some of these monsters are ridiculously strong and they are shredding through us. We need some really strong equipment. All right. Let's cook. Shrooms on a stick, but 10. Nice. Okay. Put stuff away too. We should also probably make as much healing cream as possible. Also, now we can actually make rope with all of cords with all of the ivy we got. That should give us a bigger selection of what we can do. Alright. But yeah, we still need iron to do this. To do most of the things. But we can actually make Wayfarer's clothes right now, which is good. Gives us a little bit of a defense boost. Alright. Also, I should probably make another hammer. Mine is already pretty beaten up. Okay, then let's go north. This time around. I have enough holy water that should actually last me. That should actually last me a bit. There's also ivy here. So yeah, I missed it completely, but yeah. There has to be some iron ore around the corner, right? I don't get if I need to purify in order to find iron ore, but maybe not. But it also said that the monsters locked away resources for us in these huge balls we could find everywhere. You know. So maybe iron ore is in there. Because honestly, coal is pretty common. We found a lot of coal already, but we haven't found any iron ore. Alright, here we are. You can purify these blocks, alright. I didn't think you could purify them, but that should be enough iron ore to last us a while. Alright. But yeah, this is one of the best materials we could get. This should instantly get us better armor. And weapons. Right. Alright. I could probably come here with a better mallet and just take everything down. Whatever. Alright. That should at least last us a while. 77 lumps of iron ore should be enough for a while. It's actually quite... This chapter is actually quite poetic. Because you don't even have a banner of hope in this one, you know? There's iron ore there. You need to fight your way into getting the banner of hope. A symbol of hope. A sign of hope, you know? And you need to do it solo. Like, there's absolutely no one who can help you at this point. You know? Okay, let's make a furnace. Let's put it over here. Alright. Let's make as many iron ingots as we can. We definitely need a bunch of them. Going to make a sledgehammer. An iron broadsword. An iron shield. Alright. We don't have any more coal. Probably should get some. Equipment. Iron broadsword. Let's unequip the stone sword. Discard it as well. Let's equip this. Alright. We are so much stronger now. But yeah, we need more coal. Let's also equip the better hammer. And a little bit of fur, which we'll get from these hammerheads. Alright. Alright. This hammer is good. Doesn't lend us a whole bunch of coal, huh? But at least enough. Okay. We also need more holy water, obviously. Let's go back real quick and grab some more holy water while we're at it. Items. Let's put all of this away. We have 31 lumps of coal. Let's get the bucket. Need a whole bunch of water here. $95 files of holy water. Alright. With all this coal, first off, let's make as much iron ingots as we can. And then let's make at least one steel ingot. We need iron ingots for castle foundation and walls. Which is quite a lot. Alright. Let's make iron armor. And a steel shield. What do we need for full plate armor? We need finest fur. Alright. Steel doors, magic door. Okay. Steel shield. And then we need the iron armor. See? Now I'm looking like a warrior. I should probably make a second hammer. And one thing that I should probably make is castle wall foundations and castle walls. And just build up the outside of the castle. Right. Like, at least build a two high wall. It doesn't need to be filled completely in, but make it at least too high. But I also want to build a steel door. What do I need for a steel door? Steel ingot and magic dye. I can make magic dye, I think. I can't make magic dye. Okay, let's go on a scavenging hunt real quick. By the end of this, we're going to have purified most of Tantegel. Hopefully. I might just do a run where I just go around purifying everything outside of stream. Just for the sake of it, you know? The dragon is good. Okay. We already read that. put away our items. I want some dirt. All right. It's coal and iron this time around. This time we can completely destroy it. The good thing is we can dig deeper like this and then destroy it from the inside out. Completely eradicating this ball. This weird ominous flowing ball also doesn't look very good, so I'm totally okay with just destroying it. Oh, fuck off. Really? Alright. Iron ore and coal. Doesn't matter, we need to go where the slimes are. Okay. We need orange and blue slimes. We need their goo. For the magic dye. And then we're going to make steel ingots. And make a big steel door. And yeah, we're going to build up the castle a little bit. Before we even try to head to the other part of the world that we need to get to the fortress to get the Banner of Hope. I would actually like to build up the castle at least to a point where it's functional, like it has walls all around. If you catch my drift. Like it's a functional castle. The walls only need to be like 2 blocks high. They don't need to be completely filled in. We're going to fill them in later, but alright. 37 coal. That should be enough for now. We're gathering so many dirt blocks too. Right. Let's put them away. Okay. I need castle foundation and castle walls. I also know why... I also understand now why these are just registering as a room and not a bedroom, for example, for this one. Because we don't have the Banner of Hope yet. I think this only... Like, the rooms only count if you have the Banner of Hope, because then it becomes like your structure, right? Becomes like your home. Why is there a... It's not the way it goes. The castle foundation has to go around this way, right? Like this. We need a few more castle foundation blocks. Also, let's make some steel. And then we make some magic dye. They have not outfitted these for steel doors. That seems incredibly inconsistent. Fuck it, we're breaking it down. There we go. Now it's this way. We just widened the entrance, right? There we go. Now the castle has some big ass steel doors. And then we're going to get walls here too. I'm going to only make them 2 blocks high for now. These walls. But yeah, I want to at least have the castle to look somewhat like a castle. Before we get the Banner of Hope. You know what I mean? It's only 2 blocks high. It's still a work in progress, but... it at least looks like something. Okay. We need a few more castle foundation blocks. And castle walls. It requires iron quite a bit. The good thing is, since we have cladding, we can make infinite castle blocks just by using the dirt method. So yeah, we're finishing off this portion of the castle. This will basically be our treasury in the back here, where the colossal coffer is sitting. We're going to have like a small little treasury here. Alright. That concludes this. Not completely. Not completely. They're still here. Alright. Let's walk around to see if there's still openings here. We need to finish this one. Alright. Now it looks somewhat like a castle, right? I want to finish off the throne room here. Like this in the back here. In the back of the throne room is a little bit much. Yeah. Alright. 2. There we go. That looks already way better. Let's make some castle wall. But also, while I'm at it, let's make some castle cladding. Alright. Items. We need some dirt. Just way easier to do it this way. We're probably going to do it this way for the rest of the castle. Right? And where's the cladding? Here it is. There we go. Just way easier to do it this way. We're just going to build the rest out of dirt, and then the only thing we need to build then is the foundation blocks still at the bottom, but yeah. Okay. Now that we're done with this, we should be able to at least get somewhere. Alright. We're going to put all the items away. Then we're going to make as much healing cream as we can. And as much medicinal herbs as we can. We don't have a chimera wing yet, but that doesn't matter yet. The only thing we can't make is the full plate armor, which we need finest fur for. So let's unequip some of those. We don't need that. We don't need remove. We don't need that. We don't need this one. We need a steel broadsword and a hammer. Yeah, the sledgehammer, there we go. Before we go anywhere. Okay. That should give us the edge, right? At least somewhat. So we're heading south. In hopes that the monsters will be kind to us. That we can finish off the monsters that we weren't able to be beating. That we weren't able to beat before. There's another orb with materials over there. We have a bunch of healing items. We can purify everything. We have enough food to last us for a while. Silvery sludge. I wonder where we'll get finest fur from. Is there an upgraded version of these hammerheads that we'll be able to engage? Let's see what these materials are up there. I'm not going to bother with grinding them yet, but I just want to see what's in here. Is that just coal? Yup, this is a huge chunk of coal. Alright. I'm going to keep it there for now. Who goes there? Are you a human? Maybe not. This one smells different to the others. Whoever you are, what do you want? You want the banner of hope? God, don't make me laugh. If you value your life, then get lost. But if you don't, then come on in. God. Defeat the monsters in the castle. New Tentacle Castle. Keep out. Alright. We can definitely defeat them now. I'm not a huge fan of the battle system, by the way. Like, the battle system feels weird. But yeah, the second game did this a little bit better. Cell door, alright. Not even finest fur yet. But yeah, this chapter is very interesting. It does a lot of cool things that the other chapters didn't. There we go. It essentially, the thing is, it essentially makes you into a warrior to, like, we need to solo this. Like, we are building up our strength as a warrior in order to solo whatever comes here, you know. Which is something that Rubis at the beginning of the chapter said to us. Like, we are not a warrior, so we should be careful. But essentially, we are a warrior at this point. You know? Huh. Right? Like, we are the only ones who can be warriors at this point. I need to take these ones down first. Shot Silk. Bolt Banner. Big Bolt Banner. What? We fought these guys before. All right. Nice. It's getting dark so soon as well. Thing is, I don't have any Chimera wings with me. Well done, my child. You have retrieved the Banner of Hope. You must return to Tantegel Castle and plant it in the heart of the ruins. Only then can the revival of Tantegel begin in earnest and your sacred duty be fulfilled at last. Steel Sabatons. Heavy duty boots that brace against sudden shocks. Reduces falling damage. Alright. The thing is, if we wanted to... Oh, you can't take it down. Alright. Like, we could, like, gut this place if we wanted to, right? Can get all of the carpet, all of this. Castle tile blocks. Like, there's just tons of materials lying here. And I mean, we would have to make all of these. They're just lying here. Can I take the statue with me, please? Good. I want this one too. Alright. That should be enough, right? I want to take these stone steps with me because those will come in handy once we build our own infrastructure. In Tentacle Castle. Alright. But yeah, none of the castle walls can be taken down. So the base structure can be taken down, but... Alright. Now that we have done this, I would actually like to take this coal with me. Just... You know, just... out of convenience sake, so that we don't have to come back. We're just going to raid this coal deposit real quick. Alright. There we go. Let's grab all of this coal. Just so much material. Alright now. There we go. Let's also purify some of these mushrooms so that we can get more food. Right. There we go. Also wood. Not just mushrooms. There we go. Let's purify a little bit of land on the way back. We're going to essentially purify the entirety of Tentacle at the end, anyway. Alright. There we go. That's already looking way nicer. And we are back. Let's put what we got in here. And let's plant the banner of hope. Finally. A warm and soothing light spreads all around. Nia, my child, you have done well. These ruins will now serve as your base, from which you will embark on your final mission. Only by the power contained within you, the power to create, can the sacred duty be fulfilled. The first part of this duty is to oversee the reconstruction of Tentacle Castle, that it might serve as a haven for humankind. And the latter part is this. Rebuild the legendary weapons and armor that were lost to the darkness so long ago, and the holy crystal required to reach the Dragonlord's castle. Return this land to the way it was before the Dragonlord laid its curse upon it. Do this and your role in this world's revival will be complete, and Alefgard's salvation will be assured. However, Nia, I must warn you once again. You are not the hero who is destined to defeat the Dragonlord. Do not forget that. And remember, my child, that I do watch over you always. Hey guys, you finally made it. My head, what sorcery is this? Never before have my eyes been met with such brilliance. The brightest torch is but a flickering ember in comparison, and yet it is so soothing. Why, this light is such a perfect purity that even the mists that have long clouded my mind are beginning to clear. Now that my vision is unimpeded, I will be able to see into thy future and advise thee to the path that thou must needs take to achieve thine aims. 1,000 thanks, Nia. Verily, thine arrival was worth the wait. But the time for waiting is over. Come, let us rebuild the castle to its former glory. Once that is done, all that remaineth is to reconstruct the legendary regalia required to lay the Dragonlord low. When that is done, the prophecy will be fulfilled and the sacred duty as the builder of Alefgard will be complete. Goodness gracious, what a warm and welcome light. I'm home at last. I thank thee, Nia, for bringing the light back to these ruins. Here we shall rebuild the great city of Tentacle, the capital of Alefgard. That is the sacred duty entrusted to thee by Almighty Rubis, is it not? Well, I shall help. I may not be a builder, but I'm positively brimming with bright ideas. Here, Nia, pray accept this token as proof of your fellowship. I trust it will aid thee in thine efforts. I'll definitely take it. Alright. Hello? What is this light? And who is... By the goddess, 'tis the princess. Her majesty returned to us. But what of thee, girl? Art thou not a little overly casual in the presence of thine elders and betters? What? Thou art the builder? The one whose hand dwells in almighty power of creation? 1,000 pardons, my lady. I was frozen in stone by the Dragonlord's curse, and have only recently been released. I knew not of thy coming. If I understand it correctly, thy role as builder is not that of a warrior, but more that of a carpenter or smith of sorts? That is actually quite true. Well, that is the case. If one so lacking in muscular might as thou were fated to face the Dragonlord, all hope would be lost. I am Lance, Royal Guard of Tentacle. A pleasure to make thy acquaintance. But hold a moment. If it is not thee who is destined to face the Dragonlord, then is it I? Rubis preserve me. Alright. We already have a bunch of new quests, but from this point forward, the chapter will take more of a turn in the same way that the previous chapters did. So we are getting requests by villagers, we're going to fulfill them, and that forwards the story. You know, that is basically what the structure is that we had. What we did up until now was basically the preamble to this chapter. And it is quite a fascinating preamble, like very, very fascinating. We have a bunch of carpet here. Let's at least make the throne room somewhat memorable. Again. Right. You know, if you want me to play the other Dragon Quest games, like, leave it in the comments or something. Because I might like it. The thing is, I would then play the HD versions of each Dragon Quest game, like Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD and Dragon Quest 3 HD. If I could get my hands on these. Because I think I have, like, there are Switch ports of these Dragon Quest games, of the original ones. And I think I own the first 3 ones. Pretty much. So we could also play the original, but the HD version would be a little bit more exciting, I guess. Can I just... Yeah, okay. We could just do that. Right. I think the monsters appear near here, right? Always. No? Over here? There we go. Sorry. And as Thina pointed seer, it is my duty to guide thee in thy quest. Before its fall, this castle had a chamber wherein soothsayers such as I could prognosticate in peace. 'Twas known as the Diviner's Den, and I would have thee rebuild it. 'Tis not solely for mine own benefit, I assure thee. Had I access to such a chamber, I could see more clearly into thy future, and divine the path thou needst to take to achieve thine aims. Over yonder would be the perfect site for it. 'Tis where the room was situated in the Tantegel castle of old. Go near, follow this blueprint I have prepared for thee, and let the Diviner's Den live again. We're going to do one at a time, by the way. Like one request at a time. But let me first get some tiling ready. Why can't I remove this? This is like going on my nerves that I can't remove it. I want to remove these castle foundation walls here. Because, yeah, they are laying the foundation here. But they're actually distracting me from where I want to put rooms, you know? Like, obviously they are supposed to be some sort of blueprint on where walls used to be in the old castle, but I don't want to go and rebuild the old castle in the same way that it was. So we're going to get... I don't have a sledgehammer anymore. I don't want to rebuild the old castle. We're going to wing this. We're going to build a castle with several floors, by the way. Like... Yeah, not everything is going to happen on stream. As we've done with the chapters before, I'm going to have some building be outside of stream. But I want to at least lay the foundation with you guys, right? Like the foundation of the castle should be laid with on stream. Alright. Alright. Let's put some stuff back in. And then I'm going to take out some dirt, and I need the tiling. There we go. All right. There we go. This is now more free form. So we'll definitely change this area into castle tile blocks. We're going to make the floor look nicer later down the line. For now, I'm going to make it like this. The Diviner's Den is going to be here. Right. And then we're going to expand it once we finish the blueprint. Okay. Then we add some castle blocks on top. Not over there. So yeah, we're going to break down these walls of this structure afterwards. I really don't like to... Like, I always will try to maybe make the blueprints, but then I'm going to break down stuff in the blueprints to make the rooms larger and stuff, or reorganize it, because it does make a whole lot of sense to me to... Like, I'm going to make the game conform to my wishes, not the other way around. We did have a bunch of treasure chests. There we go. Candelabrum and wooden door. Alright. Not a magic door. I need a wooden door. And candelabrum. I need 2 candelabrums. Yeah, that already makes 5, which is good. There we go. Diviner's Den. Tis just as I envisioned it. Thou hast built me a Diviner's Den of my very own. Now I will be able to devote myself to seeing into thy future and predicting the path thou must take. The builder's most sacred duty is to make ready this land of Alefgard for the day of Dragonlord's destruction. Firstly, thou must needs rebuild the means by which a warrior might journey through the Dragonlord's Isle of Evil, the blessed Rainbow Drop, which combineth the twin powers of sun and rain, to beam forth a bridge of light. However, it is said that the materials by which it might be made are sealed away in the blackest pit and dankest recess of this accursed realm. As of this moment, I know not where the den of the villainy might be found, or what horrors await thee within. But know that I will devote myself to divining its whereabouts forthwith, and inform thee the moment I locate it. I will also endeavor to protect the method by which thou mightst craft the ultimate key, set to unlock the doors to that darkness. Fear not, young Nia. I, the mighty Merlin, chosen seer of the goddess herself, shall be thy... God damn it. Thou hast merely to avoid my directions. God damn it. Reading is hard. Well, guys, it was great and all to have this diviner den. And all, but going to make the room a little bit bigger. Alright. We're going to keep the general aesthetics of the room, but as you can see, we're going to make it bigger. There we go. I'm going to put the altar in the side here. Put the treasure chest here. Put some candelabrum here. And yeah, we're going to keep the general aesthetics. We're going to have like these blocks here. There we go. That looks already way better than the blueprint. My dear Nia, I'm ever so keen to begin the reconstruction of Tantegel. But as thou seest, the castle lies in ruins. Verily, I know not where to start. Thou art well experienced in the art of building, art thou not? Doth any plan suggest itself to thee? Beg pardon? A throne room on the dais, thou sayest? Verily, the chamber where my father and I once held court was in that very same place. But in these straitened circumstances, I could not possibly ask thee to build a room for me and me alone. It would not be for me alone. To rebuild the throne room would serve as a symbol of Tantegel's revival. I see. Well, if restoring the throne room would lend courage to the people's hearts, and I will gladly oblige thee. Thou art a kind soul, Nia. I thank thee for thy consideration. Here, take this plan of the old throne room. May it aid thee in restoring this castle to its former glory. Oh my god, because I put the wall there. Ugh. There we go. Fuck off. I'm going to sleep here. Alright. We need to make more accommodations. Alright. Alright. That should be enough, right? But that also means I'm going to make this one bigger. This room. Right. All right. It's also crazy how everyone talks about me, by the way. Like I'm just a builder. I'm not meant to do anything. That is like the biggest thing about this, right? I'm not meant to defeat the Dragon Lord. Alright. By the way, I quickly wanna finish this room. I'm going to probably rip this out and make carpet out of it or something. When the time comes. Alright. But for now, I'm going to add 2 king-sized beds. Like this. Alright, that wasn't great. Alright. Still have food with me. Okay, this is going to be the throne room. Oh, I still need more castle blocks. I need to make actually the castle blocks one higher. Steel doors. I don't have any stone anymore. That's concerning. But I have castle cladding. That should be enough to actually get us to where we need to be. There we go. Okay. So that's all the castle walls done. Then we need candelabrum, throne, bolt banner, columns. Alright. Throne. We need more shot silk and gold. Ooh. Okay, we need more shot silk with that. I probably need to go exploring again. With the steel broadsword, it shouldn't be a problem, right? There's more materials over there. But there's no way it's stone. We probably should gather some stone as well. While we're at it. Because we're missing quite a bit of stone. And I have a feeling that the columns and stuff are going to be made out of stone. You know. Still have about 1 hour left in the stream today. Alright. But yeah, today's day of streaming is going swimmingly, and I really love streaming with you guys. And Dragon Quest Builders is fun. I feel like this part, like there is definitely some downtime for Dragon Quest Builders in parts. But this part has been extremely fun. This chapter. In general. You know. It's getting dark again. Fuck. It's always getting dark so quickly. I thought there was some sort of settlement here. Like some monster settlement that I can raid. But apparently not. There is one. Nice. We got the gold. It's so dark, by the way. Once it turns dark in this game, it really turns dark. At least in this chapter. That's because, like, the sky is also very dark. You know? Like, the sky is extremely dark. So everything just becomes way darker by default. Well, we got a nugget of gold. But one shouldn't be enough for this. I hate these monsters. But also the monsters in this one, in this chapter, are just way stronger. I need one more nugget of gold because I need to make 2 thrones, right? Oh my god. Monster egg. Should become bright again soon, right? Can I get a throne in here? Just stealing a throne? You know? Probably not, right? I wouldn't think so, but I don't think the monsters had a throne. No, they didn't. Did I get 2 nuggets of gold? 3. Okay. So I have everything that I need. I just thought maybe I need to find another nugget of gold, but apparently I have everything. And I need to take down these mages real quick to get a few more of their ragged clothes, right? It's pretty cool to see the land purified like this, you know? I do like it a lot. I might just do a whole session, like, outside of stream. Next time when I do it, just one session, just purifying everything. Like, every plot of land will get purified. There's a big hammerhead up there. I still can't make the full plate armor, by the way. I don't know. Especially around the castle. Like, around the castle, I feel like should be purified heavily. Right? Like, everything around the castle should be purified. There we go. Like, I want to see greenery everywhere. When I'm in the castle, right? There we go. That's already better. Okay, let's go inside. And let's see what we can do. I don't think I have enough silk to make the throne. One throne. What can we make here? We're going to make 2 columns. Wait, these columns also require gold? Okay, then we don't have enough gold. This throne room is expensive. Okay, then we need to make all of these banners too. Let's make something to eat. Okay. A whole bunch of stuff that we need to do. We need to find more golds. Do you have an idea? Thou needs to revitalize those materials with holy water. Let's retrieve them from the monster's grasp. Fuck me. Alright. Well. First off. I'm going to sleep. And then we'll start another expedition into a different direction. Maybe we'll find more gold. Right? Interesting. Okay, let's go east this time. And see if we can find another monster den. We also need to defeat those mages. More of them. Also, on the way, we definitely should go for some slimes as well. Because we'll need to have magic dye. You know? This is where the teleportal was. Alright. That's probably just coal in there, right? Yeah. If you ever need more coal, this is your place to go. Okay, this is like the furthest east we can go. Let's see what's in here. It doesn't seem like anything, really. So that was a dud. Going east was a dud. We can fight some chimeras. I also have some chimera wings in the chest. I should probably take those out too. All right. Nothing, huh? There's just chimeras everywhere. That's it. Okay, on this side there's literally nothing. So that was a huge waste of time. There's just this mountain range here on the northern part of this area. Okay. Then let's go over there. Hopefully coming tomorrow, by the way, we'll be able to play more Twilight Princess again. I bought a new cable for my laptop, so hopefully that will work out. You know? Because my laptop cable broke. I don't know, it's just not charging anymore, and we had trouble playing Twilight Princess yesterday because of it. There's gold. Enough for our needs. Quite a bit, actually. Ooh. This is actually the first time we really have gold too in the game. And silver as well, right? Yup. Wow, that's a huge gold vein over here. Now the only thing we still need is those cloths from those mages. Fuck. Yeah, that's it for my sledgehammer. Just even further in, there's even more gold here. So if we ever are in need of gold, we need to come back here. Good to know. The problem is we need to find more mages. And I actually don't know where they spawn. Like, there's the skeletons everywhere, but the mages spawn, so, like, they don't spawn that much, to be honest. Like, there's fucking skeletons everywhere. Fuck off. Ugh. All of my stuff is gone. Remember what they took from us. I had a whole bunch of stuff. But it isn't too far. This area is actually not that big. If you look at it that way. This is where we died. Okay. Grass seed. There's one. This is literally the end of the line here, right? If we want to purify everything, it's going to be here. It's at least where the mages are. Like... Come over here, you silver slime. There we go. Thank goodness. Did we raid this one already? It seems so. As I already said, this area is not that big. You can't travel that far in Tantagel. At least they spawn over here. We just need to make sure we remember where they spawn. So that we can farm them for materials. Alright. Let's put our items away. The thing is, it's already too full. There we go. Let's make another throne. And I think we need a few more candelabras. But we also need to make column. And we need to make big bold banners and bold banners. There we go. Let's see. So there's 2 bold banners here, like this. Then 2 big bold banners over here and here. And then a throne here. And then 2 candelabrums. One is here. And one is here. Nia completes the Tantagel throne room blueprints. Level up! Oh, Nia, thou hast restored my father's throne room. Verily, a chamber as sumptuous as this shall serve as a fitting symbol of Tantagel's revival. If only the warrior who faced the Dragon Lord oftentimes had chosen more wisely, such symbols would not be necessary. Instead, he did agree on the fiend's invitation to rule alongside him, and this world of ruin was born. So heartbroken was I at his betrayal, I turned myself to stone and fell into an eternal slumber. Before thou didst appear and bring hope to salvation with thee, the thought that light would ever return to this world was but a distant dream. Oh, and on the topic of bringing hope back to Tantagel, the great Mother Rubis did appear to me in a vision just before thine arrival. She did tell me of 3 holy sages who journeyed towards the castle, bringing with them an ancient artifact that will be the key in defeating the Dragon Lord. They traveled to Tantagel to fill the great goddess's plan, just as thou hast done, Nia. I too needs must play part. I will keep my ears pricked for any tidings of these sages. As soon as I know aught of their whereabouts, I will inform thee forthwith. May the goddess speed me in my search. I can sit on the throne. Tell me, Nia, hast thou heard of the prophecy? It tells of the sword one must wield and the armor one must wear when facing the Dragon Lord. They are known as the Sword of the Kings and the Auroral Armor. Alas, they have been lost to the world, the both of them. But if anyone can bring these treasures back to life, it's thou, the blessed builder. And when thy work is done, wilt thou not need a suitable place to store thy prizes? It will not do simply to leave them lying about for any passing monster to run away with it. There was once such a chamber in this very castle. Yeah, I do believe it was over there, a stoutly guarded treasury filled with brimming treasure chests. But if thou preferest another location, I bow to thy building wisdom. All I ask is that thou placest within its walls a colossal coffer and 1 chest and 3 treasure chests. Oh, and a pair of bold banners to make the place fit for a king. Yeah, the treasury is going to be here. Actually... going to take out the castle tiling and everything. Bucket. I definitely need to get more stone. I wonder if... The thing is, we don't have infinite materials here, right? So yeah, this is going to become the treasury. Alright. Let's make treasure chests over here. And yeah, let's make dirt. Alright. One thing I would like to do is make more. I definitely should make a hammer first. But I'm going to show you how you can just make infinite castle tiles with the cladding that you get. Let me build real quick a sledgehammer. Oh hey, who are you? Lady Nia, 'tis a pleasure to meet thee. Sir Tristian, Knight of Tentacle, at thy service. Thou art just as Sir Lawrence described. I thought he jested when he told me of thy face, but it seemeth he spake sooth. God, this language, holy shit. So this is the face of the builder. Verily, thy vacant expression betokeneth one who is a world apart for those around them. But the idea that monsters would have aught to fear from thee is very height of absurdity. What sayst thou? Thou hast already dispatched a great number of formidable fiends. Aha, how droll! I see the builder's skills extend to making of jokes. To return to more serious matters, pray forgive my overdue introduction. I was late released from my stony prison and returned to Tentacle in thine absence. And at the princess's insistence, I departed forthwith on an errand of the highest import. Though it sadly delayed our meeting, my mission was a roaring success and I stand ready to make my report. Well, almost ready. My wanderings have left me so sore tired that I fear I am fit to swoon. I pray thee allow me to rest a while before I tell thee of my tidings. Alright. Fuck it. Okay. Let me show you. Well, we need a lot of dirt for that to happen. I'm just going to pick this wall over here. Alright. And we just make castle cladding. And then we just break it to get a bunch of castle wall. And the thing is, with this castle wall that we're getting from this, you can, again, craft more cladding. So it's basically, you turn all of this, you can turn all of this dirt into castle wall if you want. You know, like we have 58 castle wall right now. By the way, let's make it... I want to make this one story higher now. Because the 2-story doesn't fit really. Alright. Like this. There's more castle wall in the back here. Let's make this 1 story higher if we can. Yeah, I'm spending a little bit of castle wall right now, but fuck it. We just, at the end, we need enough to make more cladding and we'll be fine. We can farm more castle wall then. So there we go. That's already looking better with 3 high. As you can see, we can now make cladding again. Where is it? We need how many? 3 castle wall to make 5 cladding again. So we basically have an infinite number of castle wall if we need. We just need to make sure we don't run out of the cladding. The cladding kits. You know? That's the one thing we need to make sure. Oh, by the way, we're breaking down this wall. I'm breaking down this wall because it looks better that way. So we need to make another chest, right? Then we need to build... Well, we can make more candelabras. But one thing we need to build is a wooden door. For this. And... we can't make treasure chests, right? We need to find more treasure chests. Sadly. Should have taken some with us, but... whatever. Okay, guys. Very, very good. So yeah, I need 2 more treasure chests, but... we need to pick those up first. If we can. Well, at least there's one right here. This is probably more coal, right? Up there. A little bit hungry. But yeah, we'll take a longer break. So we are at 12 p.m. So midday. We're going to stop this today. So in about 40 minutes, we're going to stop the stream. I'm going to gather stuff. And I'm taking a 2-hour break then. I think that's great. That's good enough, right? 2-hour break where I'm going to eat, I'm going to recover, I'm going to set up the stream, and we'll return for Donkey Kong 64 then. Which is going to be the last stream of today. We're going to play roughly 3 hours of Donkey Kong 64. And then we're going to stop streaming for today. Right. The thing is, I have to do it this way. For a reason. God damn it. I can't stream longer than that. it just would tire me out too much. And we've already had like Yoshi's story earlier, so thanks. I'll take it. But yeah, free streams is all I can take usually. And I think that's fine. I have a lot of building to do. Like outside of stream, I'm going to rebuild Tentacle Castle somewhat. You know, like I will tell you at the end of the stream what I'm going to do. Sort of. What I have in mind for Tentacle Castle. By my troth, the treasury of Tentacle Castle is reborn. Verily thou art the carpenter of legend. What? Thou art not the carpenter, but the builder. Is that so? 1,000 pardons, my good lady. Verily thou art the builder, carpenter of legend. Ha 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 ha. The rebuilding of the castle proceedeth apace, but how long will it before we men of Alefgard must needs face the dragon lords in battle? The legends tell how scion after scion of the legendary hero did appear in Alefgard, challenging the dragon lord to a decisive duel, either after other, and each and every time they were slain. All excepting the last, who did accept the Dragon Lord's offer to rule beside him. It is by that hero's default that we find ourselves in this world of darkness. But let us not dwell on our fate. If the legends hold true, yet another scion of the fabled hero will one a day appear to us, one who will lay the Dragon Lord low once and for all. I only hope that this hero appeareth sooner rather than later. Why frownest thou, Nia? Dost thou not agree? Oh, thanks for the stone. I needed that. Alright, dude. What do you got for me? How now, Nia? I fear I have no guidance to give thee at this time. In the meantime, why not make proof of thy building might by continuing the reconstruction of the castle? Much and more must needs be done before Tentacle is restored to its previous glory. I ask only that thou speedest its recovery but a single step further. For after all, by such small steps are epic adventures begun. Wahahaha! Splendid! Thy building powers become ever stronger, just as I predicted they would. And yet, despite that thou art the chosen servant of Almighty Rubis, thou remainst a frail and fragile child. No matter how many monsters thou defeatst, thy martial prowess groweth no stronger. And I am correct in saying that thou hadst no notion of time nor hunger before you met the one named Pippa. More curiously still, 'twould seem thou canst see and speak with the dead, a power that eludeth even I. Verily, thou art a strange sort indeed. Why look'st thou so surprised? Didst thou think thyself not different from any other human being? Honestly, Nia, thy blockheadedness astoundeth me. Though given thy choice of construction materials, mayhap it would not. Nia, my child, I've seen the future, and it is a perilous one indeed. A band of barbarous beasts are to descend upon us any moment now. What say thou, Nia? Do my soothsaying powers not astonish thee? I warrant a warning from a fully fledged seer. It is a sight more awe-inspiring than thou hast heard before. What? Thou couldst not tell the difference? By the goddess, thy tongue is sharp. But now is not the time for a petty argument. The horde approacheth, Nia. Art thou ready for the fray? Yes. This place is but a stone's throw from the Dragon Lord's castle, so the monsters are more mighty than elsewhere in Oliveguard. I warn thee, Nia, do not let thy guard down. Come on, guys. Help me. All right. All right. I need to pick up more healing items too. At least they are growing here very readily. Newts? What? Dragon Lord's double, what? Oh, you shit. Are you shitting me? I can't use items? Wait, how did he get in here? What? The monsters are defeated. Oh, he broke through the wall. What? A red teleportal. Let me rebuild that wall that it broke through. Alright. Okay, where do we plan out? Like, one thing I plan on doing is over here. The second story of this castle is going to be on top of this. Like, let me show you. I'm going to rebuild this. And on top of here, like this, is going to be the second story of the castle. The throne room is going to stay the way it is. The throne room will have, like... will be up top, will close up top. But the second story of the castle is going to be at this height. And it's going to span, like, most of this. Like, from the throne room... over here, like this. You might not see my vision right now, but yeah. This entire floor will be this. And over here will be the stone steps up there. So on this side and on this side, right? Right, like this, you know? And this will be like the stairs up on both sides. And on both sides, we're going to have, like, at that height, the second story of the castle with several rooms up there. And then we're building up the castle even more. That's what I'm going to do outside of stream. Why, Nia, I did watch thee as thou drove off the monsters, and I must admit, thou didst cut a figure most dashing, and as a reward for thy great deeds of arms, thou hast earned another teleportal. Verily, Rubis is watching over thee to this day. Nia, dost thou remember how I told thee that the goddess did appear to me in a dream? And that she did tell me of 3 holy sages that made their way to this place? Oh, Nia, how couldst thou forget? In short, the great goddess did reveal unto me that 3 holy sages journey towards Santegel, and that they carry with them 3 divine artifacts that, when combined, will unlock the door to the Dragon Lord's destruction. While thou wert busy reconstructing the castle, I did occupy myself in searching for the sages. I bade Merlon, Lance, and Tristian to depart into the far-flung reaches of Santegel and seek out what tidings they could. And now they have returned to me, no doubt, with knowledge of where these sages can be found. Nia, I prithee, find the 3 sages and ensure they reach the castle safe and sound. Oh, and pray take these with thee, that thou shouldst not lose thy way. Alright. We're not done reconstructing the castle, but... Let me get some castle tiling going. I have a feeling the workshop doesn't need to be that big, but... So yeah, we're going to make some castle tiling all over the place. All over. Alright. Alright. That should be enough, right? The thing is, I'm going to have to make something over here. Also, we're going to have like sleeping chambers, different sleeping chambers and carpets in some places. I really want to make Santegel Castle look nice, you know, before we finish the game. Santegel Castle is going to look impeccable. There's like 4. It's actually a lot more than I want. You know, I'm going to like this, like this, like this. Let's make the teleportarium a little bit bigger. We're only going to get 2 teleportals, I think, because we already got one, right? So yeah, this is one room, and then we're going to make another one over here, like this. Okay. And then let's put up dirt walls like this. I mean, we have all of that castle cladding too. Alright. There's a fucking bomb outside. Just casually rolling around. But yeah, with those rock bomb shards, we'll be able to make the wrecking balls, right? Alright, what do we do? What do we do? Where's the cladding? There it is. We have 20. Alright. There we go. We should have candelabrums still, yeah. Candelabrums are kind of the way to go in inside rooms. There we go. And level up. So yeah, we built a teleportarium. As one would. And then we'll make another room right here. Because I'm going to get rid of the cook fire. We're going to make a brick barbecue. And a treasure chest. Because this new room that we just built... And we need a door. Completely forgot. Door, 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 door. Door, 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 door. Wooden door. There it is. Alright. Wooden door, treasure chest. There we go. First we're making a door. So that's an empty room. Then we have a brick barbecue. And we have a treasure chest. Making it a barbecue kitchen. There we go. I mean... we don't really have much choice, but... hell broth? What the fuck? Alright. So... as you might have surmised from this, we're actually going to change this. This is a stonemason smithy, but... the thing is, This room is too big. It is, because the smithy could literally could fit in there. Someone just made a bathtub for whatever reason. Alright. I want to keep the width of the room. But want to take this out. Fill this out with dirt. There we go. I wonder, I think we should do the search for the sages next time. I think it's a pivotal part of the next story mission, and we're going to do that next time. What I want to do this time is just do this, right? There we go. There we go. One thing I would like to do is plan out the mason's workstation and the furnace like this. And then we're going to add a treasure chest. Where is it? There it is. Treasure chest here. And once we have planned this out, we can actually build castle foundation blocks here. This room doesn't need to get any bigger at all. You know. There we go. So now we have the door here. And then we add the castle blocks on top. Actually, I want to use cladding. So let's put them, make them out of dirt. There we go. There we go. Then we do the same with here. Right. And this room will get demolished. And we'll get its own door. Let's make another candelabrum. There we go. The stonemason smithy just went smaller. And we gained another room to do stuff in. You know? There we go. Let me get some more tiling at the bottom. I also will think of something with this floor. I'm not fully convinced about the floor yet. But yeah, this is another empty room over there. This will also be its own room. Right? With its own door. And then we're going to take out the stone steps and put them in the water like this. Alright. So this is like this a spring room or something. Or a washing room, maybe. So yeah, a wooden door. Please. There we go. Another level. We're leveling up so fast. So as you can see, the steps are going to be up here. So yeah, for next time, I'm going to build the castle up. As you can see, I already made the groundwork for this. I already put the groundwork in to build the castle up. It's going to get 1 story taller. And I'm also going to build up these things here. The walls. The outside walls are going to be even all around, you know. And 1 story taller. You know. That's what I'm going to do until next time. Now that we have the basic room structure at the bottom. As you can see, we have like a basic room structure at the bottom. So at the top, they're going to be the barracks. At least at one side, I want to have like a room for everyone. That's basically a room to sleep in. This room at the right next to the throne room is going to be for the princess only. I'm going to make that happen. And on the other side, I'm going to make a barracks situation, an inn at the top there. Probably on this side, on the far side. I'm going to make the barracks. And on this side, I'm going to leave a couple of empty rooms. So far, you know. It's just going to be, there's not going to be anything there. Like, I'm just going to leave the floor normal, as is, without anything there. On this side, I'm going to make, like, a sleeping situation for everyone. And that's what I'm going to do. Until next time. So that we can completely... so that we have a little bit of space. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to completely build up the castle yet. But so that we have a little bit of playing, a little bit of wiggling room next time. Because, as you might notice, this is very different. Like, this castle might need to have like at least 2 or 3 stories to it, because of how little space there actually is down here. Like, we have a room that has like, we have a ton of rooms that have served their own purpose, you know. Like, there's one that's here that's empty. that's still usable. But yeah. So yeah, let's save. We made huge progress today. So yeah. Let me go over here. So I'm going to prep this game for next time. Next time is probably going to be Tuesday. Depends if I want to play DK64 or this game on Tuesday. Because on Monday I would like to play Trails in the Sky. So for today we're going to play DK64 in about 2 hours. I'm going to prepare everything that we need for that. And sorry. I'm going to prepare everything for DK64 in about 2 hours. And yeah, I'm going to take a short middle of the day break of 2 hours. And yeah, this game will probably continue on Tuesday. I want to really push through now, because we have Yoshi's Story, DK64, and this game very close to finishing, all three. So if I manage to push through, I might be able to finish all three next week, maybe. And then we have way more room for the new games coming in. But yeah, Twilight Princess might take a while before I take that up again. But next week is so filled, like my schedule next week is already so filled to the brim that Wednesday and Thursday I cannot stream. I can stream on Friday. I can maybe stream on Saturday evening, maybe. But Sunday is completely off limits. Saturday, like I'm going to be so done by Sunday. So yeah, the thing is, we're currently prepping in my archery club. We're currently prepping the grounds for a huge tournament. So there's a whole bunch of organizational stuff going on and stuff. And we're going, I need to drive there on Wednesday at night after work. Then Thursday after work. Then we're starting at 9 a.m. on Saturday to prep until, like, it's open-ended, until it's basically done. Everything's done. Everything's prepped. And on Sunday is the tournament, where I'm there from 7 a.m. until 4 p.m. Maybe even longer, like maybe even 6 p.m. because we need to remove all of the stuff, by like all of the things that we had. Like, we're still working together to like make the grounds like as they were before on Sunday after the tournament. So from 7 a.m. until like 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Like, that's a whole 12-hour shift of us just doing things, you know. But it's once every year, so it's totally worth it. But yeah, it's going to be a lot. So thank you guys. The week after next week is going to be more regular schedule. And yeah, next week is going to be a tight schedule, but I want to stream, and I hope I can stream. So thank you again. If you are on YouTube, I would really appreciate if you subscribed and liked the stream, or you can ring the bell to get notified whenever I go live in 2 hours for DK64. And if you're watching this on Twitch, why not leave a follow, you know? Again, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you all next time. Trilightning out.